friends, welcome to Tricks. Today in this video we will learn about the two remaining schools of classical Indian philosophy, Mimamsa and Vedanta. I have already made two videos for Sankhya Yoga, Nyaya and Vaisheshika philosophy. Link for that video can be found in the description below. Mimamsa philosophy. Mimamsa is a Sanskrit word which means reflection or critical investigation. Man means finding the knowledge. It gives rules for the interpretation of the Vedas, hence it believes in the authority of the Vedas. It is one of the orthodox schools of Indian philosophy and believes in the Karm Kand portion of the Vedas, that is why also known as Purva Mimamsa. Each Vedas are divided into 6 parts: Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aryankas and Upanishads. The two parts deal with the Karm Kand, the rituals, and the other two parts deal with the Gyan philosophy or the knowledge. So the Mimamsa deal with this two Purva part, that is why called Purva Mimamsa. Mimamsa attaches a lot of importance to the verbal testimony, which is essentially the Vedic testimony, and that is why word or the Shabda is the only means of knowledge for them. We have read 4 sources of knowledge in the Nyaya philosophy, and among them, Mimamsa believes that word or the Shabda is the only means of true knowledge. It supports the law of karma as well as the theory of liberation. Mimamsa emphasizes on the Vedic rituals and the revelations by the Vedas themselves, and it is given by Jaimini. So to sum up the Mimamsa philosophy, first, authority of Vedas, second, law of karma given by Jaimini, and believes in verbal testimony, and here verbal testimony is actually the Vedic testimony, and believes in the Karm Kand portion of the Vedas. If you remember the name Purva Mimamsa, this fact you can easily recall because Purva deals with the Karma Kand. That is why Mimamsa deals with the Karm Kand portion of the Vedas. From Karm Kand you can remember law of karma, and from authority of Vedas you can remember the verbal testimony or the Vedic testimony as the true source of knowledge according to Mimamsa. And to remember all these facts, just remember one sentence: Minnie and James Carr was seized by the authority. From Minnie, Mimamsa; from James, Jaimini. Mimamsa philosophy was given by Jaimini. From Carr, Karma Kand portion of the Vedas and law of karma. And from authority, Vedic authority. And if you remember this Vedic authority, you can also recall that they believe in the verbal testimony as true source of knowledge, and here verbal testimony means Vedic testimony. And the last one is Vedanta. Vedanta means Ved plus Ant, the conclusion of the Vedas. It is based on 3 texts: Upanishads, and mainly the most famous one, Brihadranayaka, the Chand Yoga, and Taittiriya and the Katha. The Brahma Sutras, also called Vedanta Sutras, and the Bhagavad Gitas. Based on the interpretations of these 3 texts, 5 different schools emerged. These were first Advaitha, the Dualistic School, and the main exponent is Madhava. The Dualistic School or dualism gives that there are 2 realities: Brahman and the world, Jiva and Jagat. According to it, these are 2 distinct entities. Brahman is superior to this Jiva. Brahman, which is God, controls this Jiva and Jagat, and Jiva can get rid of this cycle of rebirth by worshipping this Brahman. So there are one Brahman, superior soul, and one individual soul, and they are distinct, they are different. Next is Bhed Abhed or Dvait Advait. The founder is Nimbarka. Bhed means difference, and Abheda means non-difference. So there is difference and there is non-difference, which means there are 2 entities, Brahman and the individual soul, means dualism, and there is monoism, Advait, which means that individual soul is not different from the Brahman. So there is difference and there is non-difference. Next is Vishisht Advait, and the founder is Ramanujam. Vishisht means qualified and Advait means monoism. The founder is Ramanuja, which means that the Brahman is one, which is supreme, and the world is the part of this Brahman. Next is Shuddha Advait. Shuddha means pure and Advait means monoism, given by Vallabha, which means that world is real, so as the Brahman, but it is the Brahman which forms the world. Brahman does not undergo any change. Brahman and the world are the two sides of the same coin. Finally, there is Keval Advaitha, also simply known as Advait, founded by Shankaracharya, and it is this school that is meant when people say Advait. Advait means monoism. There is one supreme being, Brahman, omnipotent. It believes that Brahman is the only reality. The world exists only in our mind. Just like when in the dark we see a rope, we believe that this is a snake. But as soon as we realize that this is a rope, the snake does not exist anymore. The snake existed only in our mind for a short period of time. Although these schools differ on the issue of difference between the Brahman and individual soul, but they do agree on certain common things, such as they believe in transmigration of soul. All of them reject the Buddhism and Jainism philosophy. They believe that individual is the agent of its own act and therefore recipient of the phala that come from that act. They also believe in the desirability of release from the cycle of rebirth, and this can be attained through the Vedic philosophy. That is why they reject all the non Vedic philosophy of Buddhism and Jainism. So, this was all about the classical schools of Indian philosophy. If you find any kind of difficulty in understanding the concepts, please post your queries and comments in the comment section. You can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/trick.exam.in. Don't forget to hit like button. Please subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.